stay here beyond that. I just wanted to remind myself and everybody as well, I think we deal with some pretty complicated issues here. It takes people a long time to work through them. This one to me is not so complicated. And I think when you go out to people and you talk to them about it, it seems pretty simple to them as well. I've spoken with my colleagues. I've asked them about this. I've had them ask me about what's happening today. And every time I ask, they seem to start talking about all the reasons that we shouldn't do this. I think we should think about why we should do it. That's what we have to acknowledge here today. A lot of us raised our hand earlier, and someone asked, do we have a child, do we have a neighbor, do we have someone that we know who we're very close to, who died at the hands of a gun in a very, very wrong circumstance. Well, many years ago, I led a program of high school students, and John Lewis has been so gracious and so wonderful to meet with these group of students, not the same, a different group every year that come here to Washington. And they've been trying to understand what makes cities work. What kind of leadership do you need in cities to make that happen? Well, the first year that I led this program, with the help of the Price family, of course, because it was their grandson, in whose honor this program was started, a young man in that program now named Willie James Jones, who we all just thought someday, not just us, but others thought he was going to be a great leader. Some people even looked at this kid and said he could be president of the United States someday. He had a 4-year scholarship to Cornell. At his graduation party, someone came by, a drive-by shooting, it was not that kind of machine gun that we're talking about, and shot in the direction of a few kids where Willie was standing. And in great grief, the 50 students who were with me and with Willie at his funeral kind of came up to me, and we were talking, and I said, why? Why Willie? What happened? He said, Mrs. Davis, don't you know, Willie didn't know enough to duck. No, Willie was busy trying to be a surgeon someday and go on and really be a great person, wanting to give back to his community. Well, some of you may recall that after Sandy Hook, a lot of us invited people here who came because they wanted to be in the audience after that. They wanted to give witness and help to the president as he discussed the importance of this Congress moving forward and doing something about gun violence. Something major about gun violence. And here we're doing something pretty simple, I think. Well, I had his family, Willie's family, came here that day. And that was such an incredibly moving opportunity to them. And they shared their story of Willie, and Willie's dad walked around with a picture of Willie and gave it to everybody that he ran into. These things stay with people all their lives. And we have to give support for that. So as we think about what we do, no fly, no buy, simple, makes sense, background checks that really do look into what this person has been doing over the last number of months and years when we evaluate whether or not they need that weapon of mass destruction. How anybody could need a weapon of mass destruction is beyond me, but some of my Republican friends tell me it's very complicated. We shouldn't try and simplify this issue. The other thing I just want to say, because we're talking about people who have been killed by this gun violence, what we don't see the children that are affected by this gun violence. You know, just the people alone, since Orlando, 500 people were shot in the United States. More than 200 of those were killed. But what about all those children? What about the children out there that are even taught how to prepare if an active shooter comes into their school classroom? There was a picture of a little girl the other day standing on the rim of a toilet because she had been taught to go there and close the door in the bathroom. What are we doing? Why can't we make this point. What is it that's stopping people from moving forward? We talk about people being on the wrong side of history. There is not a right side of history when you're opposed to making good changes in our laws in this country. We have to do that. We have to think about those children that are affected every single day. We are a resilient people, and we raise children to be resilient. But you can't make them resilient in the face of a machine gun. They have no escape, and nobody has an escape. Let's do this, folks. Thank you for being here. Please, this is going to be something that we don't want our colleagues to decide that they can't do this because it's political. We want to join with them. We're not pointing fingers. We're saying, come with us. Do this together. We can do it together. If you just realize how important this is, listen to people. Listen to people in your district. Thank you.